Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something that is poisoning modern women. The idea that being soft, weak, and dependent is acceptable. It's not. Women today are told that they are either victims or princesses, that life should be easy, that struggle is oppression, and that they deserve happiness without effort. But here's the truth. A woman who is soft, who avoids hardship, who refuses to take responsibility for herself, she is setting herself up for disaster. From the moment we are born, we seek comfort. A baby cries for warmth, for food, for safety. It is natural, but what is natural for an infant is not acceptable for an adult. The world does not exist to keep you comfortable. It does not shape itself around your needs, nor does it bend to your desires. The moment you internalize this truth, you begin to grow. Comfort is seductive. It whispers that you have done enough, that you can stop pushing, that you deserve to rest. And yes, rest has its place. But a life lived in constant pursuit of comfort is a life of stagnation. It is the life of someone who has surrendered their potential in exchange for fleeting ease. Struggle is not an obstacle, it is the path. Every person who has ever achieved anything worthwhile has faced hardship. The difference between those who rise and those who fade away is simple. One group embraces struggle, the other avoids it. If you choose comfort over challenge, you choose mediocrity. People today are told that if they are unhappy, someone else is to blame. Their job, their parents, their government, their partner, anyone but themselves. This is a lie. Your life is your responsibility. If you are weak, if you are lost, if you are suffering, the world does not owe you a way out. It will not stop for you. Either you stand up and face reality or you let it crush you. Comfort breeds entitlement. The belief that because you exist, you are owed happiness, success, and fulfillment is the belief of a child. Life does not reward need, it rewards effort, resilience, and competence. If you want something, you earn it. If you fail, you try again. No one is coming to save you. Hardship is not unfair, it is necessary. It forges strength, it carves out character. Every difficulty you avoid is a lesson you refuse to learn, and those who refuse to learn are doomed to remain weak. The strongest people you know, the ones you admire, are not strong because life was kind to them. They are strong because they faced suffering and refused to break. Pain is a signal, not a punishment. It tells you where you need to grow. Weakness, fear, failure, these are teachers. But only if you are willing to listen. If you run from every discomfort, you will never learn. If you never learn, you will never become more than what you are right now. People confuse comfort with happiness. They think if they remove struggle, they will find peace. But a life without challenge is a life without meaning. Real fulfillment comes from overcoming, from building, from pushing beyond what you thought was possible. The most comfortable people in the world are often the most miserable because they have nothing to fight for. Excuses are the language of those who expect the world to cater to them. It's too hard. I wasn't given the right opportunities. Someone else had it easier. These statements may be true, but they are irrelevant. Life is not fair. It never was. It never will be. What matters is not where you start, but whether you are willing to do the work despite the odds. There is no shortcut, no secret formula, no one who will hand you an easy life. The people who succeed are the ones who take responsibility for their struggles, who do not wait for permission, who understand that every hardship is an opportunity to grow stronger. They do not waste time wishing for an easier road. They learn how to walk the difficult one. Softness will not protect you. The world is ruthless and it does not care about your comfort. Those who expect kindness from reality will be the first to break when it does not come. The only way forward is to harden yourself, not by becoming bitter or cruel, but by refusing to be fragile. Strength is built through resistance. Comfort is the enemy of resilience. Do not ask for an easy life. Ask to be strong enough to handle a hard one. Seek challenge. Seek discomfort. Seek responsibility. The world owes you nothing, but if you choose to embrace the struggle, you will find that it gives you everything you need to become the person you were meant to be. Victimhood is a trap. It seduces you with the promise of absolution, of freedom from responsibility, of an excuse for why your life is not what you want it to be. It tells you that your failures are not your fault, that your struggles are someone else's doing, that the world owes you retribution. But here's the truth. Playing the victim does not free you, it enslaves you. When you see yourself as a victim, you give away your power. You hand control of your life to circumstances, to other people, to forces beyond your influence. You tell yourself that you are helpless, and in doing so, you make it true. The moment you believe you are powerless, you stop fighting, you stop growing, you stop becoming more than what you are. There are people who have faced worse than you, people who have been abandoned, beaten, oppressed, broken, and yet they rise. Not because they had an easy path, not because the world was fair to them, but because they refused to accept the identity of a victim. They understood that no one was coming to save them, and so they saved themselves. The worst part of victimhood is that it feels good. It gives you sympathy. It gives you an excuse. It gives you the moral high ground, but it is a hollow victory. No one respects the person who constantly complains about how unfair life is. They may listen, they may nod, they may even offer you comfort, but in the end, they will move forward while you remain stuck in the same cycle of self-pity and resentment. Blaming others is easy. It requires no effort, no sacrifice, no self-examination. It allows you to point the finger at your parents, your boss, your government, your circumstances, anything but yourself. But here's the brutal reality. Blaming others does not change your situation. It does not make you stronger. It does not move you forward. It only keeps you weak. Every time you tell yourself that you are a victim, you reinforce a dangerous belief, that you are incapable of changing your life. This belief seeps into your actions, your mindset, your habits. It dictates the choices you make, the risks you avoid, the dreams you abandon. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, ensuring that you never escape the situation you claim to despise. Pain is real. Injustice is real. You will be wrong. You will suffer. You will face challenges that are not your fault. But what happens next is entirely up to you. Will you let those experiences define you? Will you allow them to dictate your future? Or will you take control, refuse to be broken, and build something better in spite of them? The most dangerous thing about playing the victim is that it robs you of your ability to change. If you are always waiting for someone else to fix your problems, you will wait forever. The world does not stop for you. It does not care how unfair things are. It rewards those who take action and punishes those who wait for permission. Weak people cling to their victimhood because it gives them an identity. It allows them to avoid the terrifying truth that their life is in their own hands. It is far easier to say, I can't because of what happened to me, than to say, I must despite what happened to me. But those who break free from this mindset understand something crucial. Growth only comes from taking ownership. Taking responsibility is terrifying because it means you have no one left to blame. It means your failures are yours. It means your struggles are yours. It means your future is entirely in your hands. But it is also the most liberating realization you will ever have. Because if you are responsible for your failures, you are also responsible for your success. There is no strength in victimhood. Strength is in action. Strength is in standing up after every setback, in refusing to let pain define you, in taking every hardship and using it as fuel. The strongest people you know are not the ones who cry about how unfair life is. They are the ones who fight, who adapt, who refuse to be defeated no matter how many times they fall. Stop playing the victim. Stop waiting for someone to fix your life. Stop making excuses for why you cannot succeed. No one is coming to save you, but you do not need saving. You need to stand up, take control, and prove to yourself that you are not weak, that you are not helpless, that you are not a victim. You are a force to be reckoned with. Strength is not something you are born with. It is not handed to you, it is not gifted, and it is not granted by luck. Strength is built. It is forged through hardship, discipline, and relentless effort. The people you admire for their resilience, their power, their unshakable will, they did not wake up one day and find themselves strong. They earned it. Weakness is the default state. If you do nothing, if you avoid discomfort, if you seek only what is easy, you will remain weak. Strength demands struggle. It demands that you push against resistance, that you endure pain, that you fight through moments of doubt and fear. The very process of becoming strong is uncomfortable, and that is why so few people achieve it. People look at those who are disciplined, who are successful, who command respect, and they envy them. They assume those people were lucky, that they had advantages others did not. But what they fail to see is the sacrifice, the suffering, the years of effort behind that strength. No one sees the early mornings, the exhaustion, the countless failures that came before the success. There is no shortcut to strength. You cannot buy it, you cannot inherit it, and you cannot fake it. You must earn it through experience, through perseverance, through repeatedly stepping outside of your comfort zone. Every time you push yourself, every time you endure something difficult, every time you refuse to quit, you add another layer to your strength. People today are obsessed with quick fixes. They want results without effort, confidence without struggle, power without responsibility. But nothing of value comes without a cost. You do not become strong by wishing for it. You become strong by doing what is hard, by making sacrifices, by choosing discipline over indulgence, by embracing pain as part of the process. Failure is a part of strength. Every person who has ever become truly strong has failed more times than they can count, but they did not let failure break them. They used it, they learned from it, they grew because of it. Weak people let failure define them, strong people let failure refine them. The difference is in the mindset, in the refusal to give up when things get difficult. Strength is not just physical, it is mental, it is emotional, it is the ability to endure suffering without breaking, to stand firm in the face of adversity, to remain disciplined even when motivation fades. It is the ability to control your emotions, to think clearly under pressure, to make the hard choices when everyone else is looking for an easy way out. Most people are not willing to do what it takes to become strong. They want to be comfortable. They want things to be easy. They complain when life is difficult instead of seeing it as an opportunity to grow. And then they wonder why they feel weak, why they feel lost, why they lack confidence. The answer is simple. They have not earned strength because they have not put in the work. The process of becoming strong never ends. There is no point where you can stop and say, I am done. Strength must be maintained. If you stop challenging yourself, if you stop pushing forward, you will begin to decline. That is why the strongest people you know are always working, always growing, always finding new challenges to overcome. They understand that strength is not a destination, it is a way of life. There is a reason why weak people resent the strong. It is because deep down they know they could be strong too, but they are not willing to pay the price. Instead of changing themselves, they try to bring others down. Instead of facing their own shortcomings, they blame the world. But blaming others will never make you strong. Only action will. If you want to be strong, stop looking for excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop expecting life to hand you an opportunity. Start now with whatever you have. Strength is built in the small choices you make every day. What you eat, how you train, how you speak, how you think, how you react to hardship. It is built in the moments where you feel like quitting but choose to keep going. No one can give you strength. No one can hand you discipline, resilience, or power. You must take it for yourself. You must wake up every day and do the hard things, the uncomfortable things, the things that push you past your limits. Only then will you understand what true strength is. A weak person is not a good person. A weak person is merely incapable of causing harm, incapable of standing up for themselves, incapable of enforcing their will on the world. There is no virtue in being weak. Strength, when combined with discipline, is what makes a person truly good. To be dangerous is not a flaw, it is a necessity. The difference lies in control. The world does not respect the weak. It does not reward those who shy away from conflict, who avoid responsibility, who refuse to cultivate their power. If you are harmless, you are useless when faced with adversity. You have nothing to fight with, nothing to protect yourself or those you care about. A person who lacks strength is at the mercy of those who have it. But danger without discipline is chaos. A person who is powerful but lacks control is not strong. They are reckless, destructive, and unstable. Strength only becomes valuable when it is tempered by discipline, when it is focused, when it is used with intention. A dangerous person who lacks discipline is a threat to themselves and to everyone around them. Real discipline means mastering yourself, your emotions, your impulses, your urges. It means having the power to do harm but choosing not to unless it is necessary. It means being capable of destruction but preferring peace. This is the kind of strength that earns respect, not because it is loud or aggressive, but because it is contained, measured, and precise. A truly strong person does not seek out conflict, but they are prepared for it. They do not dominate others for the sake of power, but they refuse to be dominated. They do not lash out in anger, but they do not back down from necessary confrontation. Their strength is not used carelessly, but it is always there beneath the surface, ready if needed. People misunderstand what it means to be dangerous. They think it means being cruel, being violent, being feared. That is not true danger. True danger is competence. It is knowing that you can act if the situation demands it. It is walking into a room with confidence, not because you seek conflict, but because you know you can handle it if it comes to you. Discipline is what separates the strong from the reckless. Without it, strength becomes a liability instead of an asset. Without it, power corrupts. Without it, a person becomes nothing more than an uncontrolled force of destruction, harming themselves and those around them. But with discipline, strength becomes a tool, a weapon that is only drawn when absolutely necessary. A disciplined, dangerous person is rare. Most people fall into one of two categories: weak and harmless, or strong and reckless. The first group is ignored, the second is feared. But the few who cultivate both power and control, they are respected. They do not need to prove their strength because it is evident in everything they do. Society has tried to strip people of their danger. It tells them to be soft, to be passive, to be agreeable at all costs. It punishes those who push back, who refuse to be controlled, who cultivate their own power. But a world where no one is dangerous is a world where no one is capable of standing against tyranny, against oppression, against injustice. To be dangerous and disciplined is to be prepared. It is to be ready for whatever life throws at you. It is to walk through the world knowing that you will not be broken, that you will not be taken advantage of, that you are capable of protecting yourself, your values, and those you care about. It is not about aggression, it is about self-mastery. There will come a time in your life when you are tested, when someone or something will challenge you, push you, try to take from you. And as you must summon the force you are within, if you are harmless, you will fail. If you are undisciplined, you will make mistakes. But if you have cultivated both power and control, you will not only survive, you will emerge stronger. Be dangerous, but disciplined. Be strong, but controlled. Be capable, but measured. Let people see the strength in you, not because you flaunt it, but because you carry it with quiet confidence. Let them understand that you are not to be trifled with, not because you are reckless, but because you are prepared.